All right, folks, I greet you. Welcome to the biggest rendezvous for gentlemen of the Fourth Estate. It is known as Journalist Hangout. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now, today on the program, Supreme Court upholds elections of governors Diri of Bayelsa and Ododo of Kogi State. President Tinubu swears in Kekere Ekun as 23rd Chief Justice of Nigeria. And later on, we'll share this with you. PDP National Chairman, acting National Chairman, in fact, vows never to be intimidated to resign, says antagonists are making him more popular. Well, I'm hanging out with the one, the only Babajide Kolade Otitoju. We know him more fondly as BKO. I greet you. Welcome.
Welcome, citizen.
Yeah. BKO, we are joined by the Owan boy trained in Lagos, brushed in Lagos, Charles Ideho.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
He's a man of many parts.
Gideon's laughter is very mischievous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then, our first story, let's go there. It's a day for a big sigh of relief for two state governors in Nigeria. They scaled the last legal hurdle to electoral victories. The Supreme Court has affirmed the victory of Usman Ododo of the All Progressives Congress, APC, as the duly elected governor of Kogi State. In a judgment delivered this Friday, a 5-member panel of the Apex Court held that the appeal by the Social Democratic Party, SDP, and its candidate, Murtala Ajaka, lacked merit and therefore dismissed it. Similarly, the Supreme Court affirmed the re-election victory, I should say, of the Bayelsa State Governor, Diri of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. In a unanimous decision, the court dismissed the appeal of the candidate of the APC, Timipri Silva. Biko, did you see this coming?
Well, to an extent, yes.
Okay.
We're talking about two matters here. The governorship petition in respect of Bayelsa State and that of Kogi State. So I couldn't have expected that both will go to the petitioners. Certainly not. I couldn't have expected that. You see, when you look at the Kogi, let's start with Kogi, my state.
Okay.
Both Mori Ajaka and the incumbent governor of Kogi State are people that I know very well. I would say that I got to know Mori before I got to know
the incumbent.
The incumbent. And there was no time during their campaigns for the election that I showed my bias to anyone. No time. I never said Mori will not win the election. In fact, I refused to predict who will win. Because there are times when you look at an issue, an emotive issue, and you just simply restrain yourself. There was no time that I said Mori did not stand a chance of winning. There was no time that I said
dismissed Ododo.
That I dismissed neither of them. I never dismissed the chances of either of them. And I had my reasons.
Okay.
So when some of Mori's supporters began to abuse me, say all kinds of things, I just laughed. I just laughed.
But that's politics.
That's politics. They assumed that, Jide was supporting, but if they go down memory lane, if they have the capacity to do a tie back, they will notice that I didn't predict who will win in Kogi State. I refused. Because even if you have your facts and you said, this is the person who will win, both of them are your good friends. One will feel that you are favoring the other.
Natural, yeah.
So I restrained myself. I allowed the election to run its course. But the evil people who whether you do things the right way or not, are already minded to criticize you. They are the ones who say, he supported APC. Bring the evidence, they can't bring evidence.
And these people are your people back in Kogi State?
Yes. At a point, I had to call Mori himself. I said, you can see what your people are doing. Was there any time you had me?
Any bias?
Yeah.
Diminishing your chances? No time. It's on record. Everything we do is on YouTube. No time. You know, and this is the way I relate with my friends. Nobody knows tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is very important.
Mori has fought a good battle and he has lost. Age is on his side. Nobody says he cannot win a future election. He still has opportunities to build on
what he has started.
What he has started.
His modest gains.
Yes. You know, the governor of Yobe is my friend. I got to know him through Mori, for example. So I always try my best to be faithful to my friends. This is the way it is.
Because you never can tell tomorrow.
This is the way it is. I do not damage my humanism. It makes no sense. So I've forgiven Mori supporters who are saying all of those things. But looking at what has happened, the Supreme Court said that Mori could not prove the allegation of substantial non-compliance with the Electoral Act. The Supreme Court also said the matter of age falsification and certificate forgery were pre-election matters that should have been decided by the Federal High Court. So he didn't find merit in that argument, you know. So in any contestation, somebody will win. The election has been won and lost. The judicial battles have also been won and lost. Focus should now be on
the next stage.
Yes. How do we develop the state?
Governance.
Yeah.
You know, make the state a lot better for the citizens. That is their wish. You know, we need to brush politics aside and focus on developing our state. That is what I expect to see. And Ododo, having now become winner, he should also bring everyone on board. He's been trying to do that already, because I know that even in his appointments from commissioners, he allowed some big political figures from even rival parties to nominate.
Okay.
You know, yes, former governors who are not even in his party, allowed them to nominate.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
Yes.
All inclusive.
He's doing what Oyebanji is doing in Ekiti.
Okay.
Bringing everybody, all shades of opinion.
They are all from the same.
The state belongs to all of us. So we have to work together for the state.
Yeah, Charles, but mine is this, that our politicians will not stop going to court. Tells you and I, we're a long way from home.
Yeah, and even if you know that some of these things, they always lose cases in court, but they always hang on very thin thread that if it could happen elsewhere, where some cases were overturned, why not me? So, but I believe, look at, since November 11 in Bayelsa State, for instance, that election was decided. Then the tribunal, I think the tribunal also gave their judgment on May 27, and then the July 18 and all that. But they still continued. They still continued. Yes. So I had expected, just as we are saying, I had expected to say, okay, Timi Presiva, I know that, you know, it's always difficult for all politicians. I mean, I also work with politicians. I also work with them. They will always say they are the best. But even if you know that the grounds are not solid enough for you to stand up, but they are telling you that the best thing to happen in that election. So in most cases, it's okay. Sometimes there are some extraneous things that can favor you, and then they overturn the thing and you come. So that's why in most cases,
and you wonder if playing by the rules is taboo to them.
Well, they also don't want the process to also follow the rules. You understand? Because they see if you. Some of these politicians, they also want to, all of them use some of these backdoor things and all that, you know. So that's why I feel, okay, maybe if you use the backdoor, let me also use a bigger backdoor to see where they can offstage you and all that. You know, so that's why in most cases you find them always say, okay, let's try it, even if they are wasting money. But two things I want to extract. Number one, these two governors now can face governors, just as Babaji said earlier, because it remains a distraction when the cases are still in court. As I said, the pendulum can swing anywhere. Then number two is that I'm vexed. The reason I'm vexed is that the justice will grant too slowly. Look at let's look at Bayelsa. On the 11th of November, that case was, the election was, election was held over there. And between that, it's almost 1 year before you now say, okay, if Supreme Court has suppressed. Yeah. So I think, okay, supposing, this is a matter of supposition, Bajiri and Jones is, supposing this pendulum has swung, are you saying these people, the money they have earned all these 14 months and all that, they should, they should refund them? No. So it means that we need to do something to expedite actions on our legal process to ensure that people don't overstay there.
Yeah, Charles, thank you. BK, but as we take this, run this home now, does it not surprise you that our politicians fail to learn from the big boys? The U.S., in the U.S., President Joe Biden stepped down, something you cannot see in Africa. In fact, it reminds me, I hope I can go there, 91-year-old Biya of Cameroon is angling for a 7th term. And in Britain, the election just came and went, and there was a winner declared.
That same day?
Yes. In Britain, they used to contest electoral outcomes too.
Okay.
Then they began to punish those who waste the time of the court.
Not like the Supreme Court now.
So now it makes no sense to challenge the outcome because it's usually very transparent. Everybody can see.
Okay.
Which is the first thing we need to do.
We need to continue our electoral reforms to make our elections
very seamless. The process has to be seamless and transparent.
Okay. And when it's impossible to rig, I believe that the rate at which people get into electoral litigation will also
reduce.
So let's improve the
processes,
electoral integrity, and I'm sure we'll get there someday.
Okay.
But even in South Africa, we don't see this kind of litigation.
Yeah, we don't.
In Botswana, we don't see.
Ghana, even our brothers here, Ghana.
But I know too that sometimes, even when it's obvious to a politician that he lost an election, he will still want to challenge it, believing that he can get lucky. And get lucky through the courts.
Oh God, we are
okay. And a teaching point there. You know, they say in politics is a game of the possible, according to Otto von Bismarck.
But if the processes are just like the processes are being worked on, it will not become impossible. Yeah.
All right. Let's take on our second story. You know, in our country,